my rants.
Welcome back to another video by myself, my rants YouTube, and today, as you've seen in the title, we're carrying on the series, episode 5, and it's my view on bereavement. Now, if any of you don't know what the word means, that's the definition up there. But, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a sensitive topic and a bit of a graphic one. So if you want to click off, feel free to. But before you do, like and subscribe down below, turn the notification button on, and let's get to 300 subscribers by the end of the month. You know, we're nearly there. But yeah, let's get into the video. Now, it comes a time in our life we have to say goodbye to a loved one, or a mate, or an acquaintance, and that's the story of life. You know, you could live a luscious 90 years on this planet, or you could fall short at living like 25, but it's life, and we make sacrifices for the people who have lived longer. I've been asked to make this video by a few people. They were on about, you know, their nana's yearly anniversary coming up and their granddad's yearly anniversary coming up, and I felt like, do I do this topic? I had two little things waiting. Yes, but no. Yes, because I can relate. You know, it was my nana's year memorial on June the 29th, and yeah, it was a hard day for me, as you see in the previous video. Yeah, and then it was my granddad's back in October, so I can relate. But at the same time, I don't want to do it because it's more like I am taking advantage of the situation of people dying. But just to clarify, I'm not. It's my view on it. Basically, my advice to anyone who has lost a family member or a loved one is, no matter what you do, physically, mentally, psychologically, in some way, shape or form, the presence of the one who is up in the infirmary will be with you. Never mind, not in person, but in your heart and in your mind. The person will be looking up in the sky, down onto yous, and they'll be thinking, wow, I cannot believe so-and-so is doing so brilliant, I am proud. You just have to think like that. And I know we're not there for you to give them a hug, or, you know, to have a pint, or, you know, to have a chinwag, but they're there in spirit. And I know for people who have lost family members to such things such as cancer or natural causes, it's horrible that you can lose someone meant so much to you, and it's ridiculous to think, when are we gonna die? You know, that's the magic of it's the magic. It's the majesticness of, like, when you think you're gonna die, you go to sleep every night and you think, I'm scared. Am I gonna wake up tomorrow? But then you do, and you're grateful. It goes to show that they're up there, trying to work the strings with God, saying, "Oh, give him a couple of years left." You know what I mean? Give him a couple of years. But I'm rambling on about all that, like, you know, just digressing. But I'm gonna talk about coping mechanisms into how to cope with bereavements. Now, these methods can only just help with coping over bereavements, but it also helps with mental health and reducing stress levels. Now, with losing someone who meant so much to you, there is a lot of ways to vent your sadness and anger, such as you could go out every day and take in the scenic views of the countryside where we live, or you could go out with your friends and just take your mind off things, especially speaking to a grievance counsellor if you really wanted to speak about your problems. There's grievance counsellors, there's therapists that can help you with your problems. Thirdly, there is ways that you could, cope with music. If you want to have a piece, let's say for example, with my nana, she loved Motown, and that's the likes of Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, the Jackson 5, Diana Ross, all those. I play that occasionally just to have my nana with me, hypothetically. And basically, you could have that piece of your uncle or your mum or your granddad or grandma in you by listening to the music they loved and they had a little shindig back in the day. Fourthly, you could do art. Art stimulates the brains, the central nervous system to ignite the chemoreceptors to allow the body to function. Art soothes the body, makes it calm, because it's quite peaceful when you do art, and it can relieve stress, and it could, it could forget about the sadness that the brain is going through. And there's many other ways. Speaking to people, family members, speaking to the ones that are grieving as well. It's better to talk about the problem than not. Some people may, cope differently because we all work differently and, we can't beat around the bush. But you just have to, be there for people who have lost someone. And it's mad because you don't know who's next. And it's, my view on death, I wish everyone can live forever. In the words of Oasis, but we can't, and that's a horrible thing to say from me. But we just can't live forever unless they find a pill that we can live forever, and it'd be nice. But probably we'll be like 412 with decrepit bones and a soggy penis or vagina. Don't know why I just went like that, but it's a Dr. Pepper. It's making me feel strange. Oh. Well, now what I'm gonna do, I am going to talk about my view on it to sum it up. So basically, the golden thing of bereavement is basically this. My view on it, it's life. That's all I can say. It is life. And I know people have this aspect, like with me when I lost my nana. For about 3 days, I didn't really show no emotion. It was more, I showed a bit anger really, saying it's not fair. But then I turned around and said, life's not fair, Niall. Why are you questioning yourself when I know she was in pain, and the best way to go is to relieve yourself from pain. And hopefully she's up there now and she's having a little pint on this glorious Saturday afternoon. Hopefully. And to anyone that has lost a family member, anyone that has lost a friend to death, just make them proud. You have the obligation of living to exceed the points of prowess. You have the embodiment to act upon what you do as humans. Never mind if it's a sport or a hobby or a passion or an occupation. You have the obligation to achieve and thrive in life. I know sadness may brew in your emotions, but you need to get the metaphorical broom and sweep those aside and just to reminisce about the good old days. But don't look too back into the sun. Hypothetically, don't look back in the past, because that will make you mentally more weak. Well, not weak, it make you more sad. But please, talk about your problems, and I'm here for you. I'm thankful for having 261 people watching me. and I'm thankful. And hopefully this video has helped. If you've got any more ideas for the series, drop them in the comments below. My Facebook's there, and my Snapchat's there. Like and subscribe this video, and yeah, I hope this means something to everyone. Big love. Peace out.